Hey guys, it's me King Diablo, and in today's video I'll show you the skill review for the new Zayed class. So this is the first skill for Zayed class. This is called Dune Slash and this is a close range skill. This skill does knockback on first hit and knockdown on last hit. It's a good skill to be used in PvE farming. This is the second skill for Zayed class. This is called Purge. This skill has super armor but it's not applied in arena and it does daze on first hit and knockback on last hit. This skill has a healing flow and can be used for both PvP and PvE. This skill has a close ranged but big AoE and can be used for combos in PvP. This is the third skill for Zayed class. It's called Serpent Strike. This skill has forward guard which can be switched to super armor by activating its flow, but neither the forward guard nor the super armor is applied in arena. This skill does knockback on first hit and knock up on last hit. This is a mid-range skill and can be used for both PvP and PvE. It has good area of effect too. This is the fourth skill for Zayed class. It's called Condemnation. This skill has super armor and grab immunity and it does knock up on first hit and bound on last hit. It has 2 charges and a decent cooldown time. This is the main skill that you will be mostly spamming in PvP scenarios. This is a close range skill but has a good movement distance. This is the fifth skill for Zayed class. It's called Sand Nova. This skill has super armor and grab immunity and it does stun on first hit and daze on last hit. This is a really good skill for PvP, especially for arena to start a combo. It's a close range skill but has a good movement distance. This is the sixth skill for Zayed class. It's called Ensnaring Sand. This skill has super armor but it's not applied in arena and it does knock up on first hit and knock down on last hit. This is the main DPS skill for Zayed class. It has really good damage and AoE, so it's good for both PvP and PvE. This is the seventh skill for Zayed class. It's called Paradise Surge. This scale has invincibility while moving and super armor during attack, but both of these are not applied in arena. This is a movement scale which has a very long range, and at the end of its animation it does an attack which inflicts daze on first hit. This skill has a very long animation, and this long animation can only be cancelled by using evasion skill or the condemnation skill. Any other skill won't cancel the animation. This is a very good skill for mass PvP, and it's also needed for arena PvP too. But the issue in arena PvP is that it does not have any immunity inside arena, so the long animation really becomes a burden. This is the 8th scale for Zayed class, and it's called Constriction. This is a grab scale and has super armor and does bound when the grab is successful. Now this is a ranged grab scale, and the range of this grab is low to medium. This is obviously a good scale for PvP. This is the 9th scale for Zayed class, and it's called Serpent Coil. This skill does knockback on first hit and knockdown on last hit. This is a close range skill, but it has a good AoE. This skill can be used for PvE farming. This is the 10th scale for Zayed class, and it's called Nato. This skill does bound on hit. This is a close range skill but has a decent movement distance. This is the 11th scale for Zayed class, and it's called Al's Grace. This is the buff scale for Zayed class. And this is the basic attack scale for Zayed class. This is the passive scale for Zayed class, and it's called Desert Shadow. So basically when you use scale 2 times, this passive skill buff activates. This buff remains active for 10 seconds. When this buff is active, it increases the damage dealt to monsters by 20% for 10 seconds and reduces the damage received from other players by 25% for 10 seconds. Also, when this effect is active and you use the Perch, Ensnaring Sand or the Serpent Coil skills, you can immediately dodge in middle of their animations, and the animation and attack effect will still go on for these skills. They will do normal damage as the skill would do in this state, so you can use another skill quickly without the need to wait for the skill animation to end. You can also use any of the Purge, Ensnaring Sand or the Serpent Coil skill to cancel this animation instead of using dodge. But when you use this, it will activate a sandstorm effect for 6 seconds, and while this sandstorm effect is active, you won't be able to do this for those 6 seconds. So basically you can perform this move every 6 seconds. This can be used to increase your damage, especially in a combo. Like what I do is use the Ensnaring Sand and that immediately cancel it by using the Perch. So both these animation will go on and attack your enemy, and the enemy will take a huge damage. Now let's see the evasion animation for Zayed class. Now let's see the Black Spirit skills for Zayed class. So if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. I will see you in the next video.